We are currently camping in Tennessee. For those of you who have been following my channel, you know that we put our house up for sale in Florida at the end of July. And then we came to Tennessee and we've been staying in short-term rentals for the past month. We have a plan to stay in short-term rentals until November, the beginning of November. And then we're going to have to find something more permanent. So I'm going to share with you like what our ideas are and what we have decided that we are going to do. So we have a budgeted amount of money that we plan on spending on short-term rentals, and we are running out of money. So one of the reasons that we are camping this week is because camping is very affordable. We're currently staying in Frozen Head State Park, and to stay here for the entire week was about $75. I have some more videos on the way on our adventure here, so stay tuned for those. But let's talk about what our plans are come November the 1st. So our house in Florida hasn't sold yet, and I'm really not surprised. We, of course, were hoping that it would sell fast, but it is just not a very good time right now to sell a house in Florida. Our house is on the coast, and there are hurricanes right now. School just started. It's just a bad time of the year to put your house up on the market. We were trying to get it done before school started and like that prime time, but it just didn't happen. Plus interest rates are going up, so we don't know how long it's going to take our house to sell. I'm going to run through our options that we considered and then share with you what our final plan with 95% certainty is going to be. We're a family of 5, so we obviously need something that's going to accommodate all of us. And we also prefer something where we can travel. Because our house hasn't sold yet, we need to find something very, very, very affordable. That might mean that we're going to put some work into it, but that's okay. We have a couple months to get something that needs to be fixed up and fix it up. So let me run through our options and then I'll tell you what we decided on. The first option was to get a, like a mobile home or something like that. The problem with that is that we don't really have a permanent location that we want to stay in. And I mean, it's a mobile home, but it's not really mobile. It's really expensive to move. So, but like buying a piece of property and having a mobile home, or even like a piece of property with like a single family home that needs to be renovated, is not really a good option for us right now, because we don't know where we would want to buy that. And that's also a little bit above our price range. The next option was to get like a tiny house on wheels. And while they are super cute, they're really also not very mobile. They can be moved, but they're really heavy and they're really not made to move around that much. And we would really prefer to travel. I mean, that's kind of like our main goals, is to travel the country and do that as affordably as possible. And just a tiny house isn't really like very feasible, because you have to have like a big vehicle to pull that, and there's not very many places you can park them. That's more of like a semi-movable house. So our next option was to get a Skoolie, which is a converted school bus. It's like a school bus that's been converted into like an RV. And that was really at the top of my list for a while. And I really like Skoolies. They're really cute and well done. But an already renovated Skoolie that is like livable, like, I mean, you can get one for like probably $15,000 to $30,000, but it's still gonna need some work. But a nice one that's ready to move into could easily cost $50,000+. So that's really not like a feasible financial option either. I don't think I'd want to spend that much money on a depreciating asset like that. If we had more time, I think buying a school bus and then like completely converting it, it would be cost effective and it would be a really cool project, but we really don't have the time to do that right now. So Skoolie's kind of like off our list. Another option that I forgot to mention was to get a long-term rental. And there's actually several reasons why that's really not a great idea. One, usually they require a 6 to 12 month lease, and we're not really sure where we would want to stay for that amount of time. We do really like the Knoxville area, but staying here during the winter is not something we really prefer to do. Also, like right now we're staying in Airbnbs, and while they are more expensive than long-term rentals, you have to take into consideration Airbnbs come fully furnished. They include all of your linens, your cookware, all of your utilities, like all of that is included in that price. So if we were to get a long-term rental, we would have to get established with like the utility company and internet provider and all that stuff. And it just seems like a lot of work when we are not really sure where we want to be. Also, when we moved up here, we got rid of like almost all of our stuff. We only brought what we like really needed. So we would have to buy more furniture, and like we don't have beds or a table or anything like that. We saved, you know, our clothes and some of our kitchen stuff that we would like definitely need, but we knew that we were going to move into like a smaller space. So we got rid of a lot of stuff. We moved here knowing that we were going to probably live in some sort of mobile tiny house. So we only brought the stuff that would fit well in with that lifestyle. So what we have decided on is we are going to purchase an older RV, either an RV with an engine or a pull behind fifth wheel type RV. And we are going to convert it. We're going to been looking on like Marketplace and like different RVs in our area. And we think that we can get one for just a few $1,000s and then convert it, renovate it in a couple months. So that is our plan right now. We're not really sure. There's pros and cons to getting like an RV with an engine versus like a pull behind. If we are going to have to get an older one. So that's obviously like a negative as far as the engine goes. And like if it breaks down and you have to get it fixed, then you're without a house. It's in the shop for a little while. So that's kind of a pain. But if we get a pull behind, we have a Toyota Corolla. So we're going to have to trade in our car and get a truck. So that adds a little bit more complication to that. But I just feel like that is going to be the best, most affordable option for us. We'll be able to get something bigger for less money. And there's a lot of RVs available right now. A lot of people, just because of the economy, are selling off like their extra stuff that they don't need. And RVs are one of those items. So that is our plan. And we're going to have to do all this really quickly because we have just booked our last Airbnb and we have to be out by the beginning of November. So all of this is going to have to take place really fast. I will, of course, keep you guys updated on how everything is going. I hope it goes well and we don't run into too many complications. There's always complications. I really appreciate everyone who has been following along and has helped support my channel thus far. If you guys find value in my videos and would like to help support us, I just found this cool website. It's called Ko-fi or Ko-fi. I don't really know how to say it. But it's where you could buy me a cup of coffee for $5. Now, I'm too frugal to go out and spend $5 on a cup of coffee. So I'm going to be using all of my coffee money to go into our renovation project on our RV. So just watching my videos really helps. So I really appreciate that. But if you are so inclined to buy me a cup of coffee, I would also greatly appreciate that. If you guys are new here and you're curious about how we got where we are, you can check out this video. And if you're not new here, but maybe you haven't seen this video on the ways that my family saves money, it's kind of an older video. So maybe if you're kind of new here, you haven't seen it yet, you can go check out this video.